All right, in this lesson, we're going to play around with Python list. I'm going to show you how to add, remove, and update list, and then do something fun with it at the end using random choice. So first, let's create a list of guests. And I'm going to have Bob, Bill, Mary, and Sue. They're all coming to my dinner party. Now let's say that you need to change a specific location in the list. So in this case, Bill can't make it, but he's sending Joe. So I have to change Bill to Joe. So you reference it using slicing like we did in the previous lesson. Bill is in position, it starts at 0, 1. So he's in position 1. And you do guest, square brackets, 1 equal Joe. And then we print it out. Bill's gone, Joe's in. What if someone new wants to come? Like let's say your mom wants to come to the party. The way to add an item to the end of the list is .append with that item in there. So now if we print out the guest, you get Bob, Joe, Mary, Sue, Mom. So Mom has been appended to the end of the list. The next scenario is you want to put an item in a specific spot. You don't want it at the end of the list. So I want to put Bill into the list after Mary. So I count over 0, 1, 2, third. So I want Bill to go into the third spot, and I do insert, and you put the position and Bill, and it inserts Bill and scoots Sue over and Mom over. So that's for the case of I need it to go in a specific place in the list. Now how do you get rid of people out of the list? So in this case, you can pop it. So Mary can't make it, so I'm going to pop her off the list and print her a message out. So with pop, it returns the item that you removed. So here I'm going to do guest.pop, the second position. I'm going to grab that in the variable name. Sorry you can't come. Turns out Mary. And then we print out the list, and sure enough, Mary's out of the list. Now, what if you don't want to do something with the item from the list? Well, you can use del, delete, del, and then you put the position in square brackets. So here I'm going to get rid of Bill. He's at the second location. So I'm going to del guest 2, print it out, and now Bill is gone. So we're down to Bob, Joe, Sue, and Mom. What if you don't know the position, but you know what the item in the list is? You can use remove and name the item. It could be a number, a string, as long as the equal operator identifies it as the same thing. So if Mom doesn't want to come, we don't know where she is in the list, but we're just going to do guest.remove Mom, print it out, and we're down to Bob, Joe, and Sue. What if someone sends over a list that you want to add to your list? So here someone sent me other, which had Ralph, Patricia, and Jill. Now I'm going to copy the list. Normally if you set one variable equal to another variable that's a list, it doesn't actually copy it. It just moves a pointer to it. So in order to copy it, I use this syntax, square bracket, and the colon. And that will tell Python to copy all the items out of the list. So I'm going to show you why that's important here in a sec. So the wrong way is to append. So I've got guest 2, which is a repeat of my original guest list, and I try to append this other one. What it does is it takes that whole list and adds it as a single item. It's a list of lists gets inserted at the end of your list. That was not what I really wanted. I really wanted each item in there. So instead, we're going to use extend to do this, and we extend our original guest with other, and we print it out. It did what we wanted, which is add the individual names to the list, one after another at the end. All right, let's have some fun. Now, we saw the random library before, but this time we're going to import choice. And choice lets you pick one item randomly out of a list. So here I've got a list of greetings, good evening, how it's going, and whatnot. And I'm going to loop through my guests using that for loop, for guest and guest. And in my F string, I'm going to do choice greetings, comma guest, which then allows me to try to make it a little more interesting than just saying the same thing to each person. Now it's your turn. Go create a list of people. Create an imaginary scenario. Maybe you're going to thank them for a present they gave you. Maybe you're going to invite them to your birthday party. Take that list, add some people, subtract some people. Use these methods in your program to modify that list, and then at the end, run through it and randomly pick from another list of greetings or something to say and create individualized messages. It's important that you practice this stuff. Subscribe to keep getting content like this. Smash that like button so I can help more people, and I'll see you in the next one.